Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Friday, January 14th episode of the PM Show Hotel Nichols investigation tomorrow night. I cannot wait. This place is going to be epic. It has never been investigated before. Hey, Steven, hope you're doing good tonight, bud. Hotel Nichols has never been investigated by anyone before. We are going to be blessed to have the owner, the manager, and one of the housekeeping people there to interview tomorrow evening about their experiences and the things the guests have told them. Literally, this place is going to be, not only is it our first overnight investigation that we've ever done, but it has got decades of stories. We're going to get into a little bit of the history of it at the beginning of the video. I'll throw in some little clips here and there through the video on Sunday about the Hotel Nichols. It's going to be an epic investigation. Hey, Terry, good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing good tonight. I absolutely positively cannot wait. I am so looking forward to it. Sadly, the wife's birthday plans got canceled tomorrow evening since her son is just now getting into the big C, suffering from it. The wife is just getting over hers, but also she don't want to leave grandma here. She's fighting us something fierce on using the walker. She keeps leaving the kitchen and wandering around the house without it, and we find it turned sideways out in the kitchen where she had to push it out of her way. So I don't know for the next week or so what our live stream and video schedule is going to be like. I cannot leave it up to the wife to watch her until she goes back to work. I'm hoping that she becomes a little bit more obedient, but at 83 years old, I'm starting to doubt it. Hey, Tony. Hey, bud. Good to see you. Hope you both are doing good tonight. The truck repairs cost me more than the truck is worth, but I got to do what I got to. Yeah. Sadly enough, you are right about that, Terry. I'm sorry that it cost you so much to get it fixed, though. That's hard. I mean, yeah, it's hard when it surprises you like that. But like you said, you got to do what you got to do. Either get it fixed or take the money and go find something to get you through the winter, or those are about your only options. Sit at home without any transportation. Nobody wants to do that. So well, yeah. You sell it, then then she has to come over and transport you around to find something else. I'm sure she has her own life and her own schedule, and don't want to spend, multiple days transporting mom around looking for a new vehicle. But I mean, if it's a money pit, she might have a point. If you don't need to make repairs on it on a regular basis, then yeah, I wouldn't get worried about getting rid of it. I had a Camaro like that once. I only paid $1,500 for the Camaro, but the thing was a money pit. By the time I got done getting it all fixed up and making it run right and look right, yeah, I had a lot more than $1,500 wrapped up in it. So I hope everybody had a good Friday. It was interesting around here fighting with Grandma all day long about the walker. She went to change her clothes tonight. Come to find out that when she fell last night, she took about a 50-cent size piece of skin and peeled it back on her arm. Um, she started yelling for the wife when I came in here about 40 minutes ago. And I opened up the door and looked, and yep, about size of a 50-cent piece, just completely flat back on her arm. We don't know if she did it when she hit the chair last night or what the deal was. But the wife went on and checked her over, made sure there wasn't no more surprise boo-boos anywhere. Got some antibacterial cream on it, wiped it down with alcohol pads, and put some salve on it. And sadly enough, I don't think the skin's going to seal back down because it's been 24 hours almost since she did it. So everything's pretty dry up in there. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. We are halfway through the month of January already in this new year. I'd like to know where the heck it's all gone. It just seems like last week we were celebrating New Year's together. Doggone, I had another YouTube announcement pop up there, sneak in there under the radar. I'm actually feeling yeah, I seen you shared it out, Candy. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I'm actually feeling a lot better. All the pain in my arm is pretty much gone from the injection. I feel great. I feel like $100. I mean, I'm pretty much back to my old self again. The wife is getting over the big C. We don't know how long Grandma's had it. They didn't give us any idea. They got her on vitamin C and vitamin D and Mucinex right now, and she's acting a lot more like herself. She's still getting a little twisted around, not remembering what she's getting up to do and stuff like that. The biggest thing with her is the bloody walker. She refuses to admit the fact that she needs the help walking. So just had another one crawl underneath the radar. Hey, Josh, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good this evening. The wife put her on the couch earlier after she put on her jammies and told her, she said, don't get up. I'm right there through the doorway. Yell at me if you want to get up because you got yourself all covered up with your blanket. We don't want you to get down with your feet all wrapped up in the blanket and go down. And she wasn't in there 5 minutes. Here comes Grandma, duck waddling into the bedroom without the walker. Stubborn, 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 stubborn. Like a mule. like a white-haired mule. But yep, tomorrow night, guys, is the investigation at Hotel Nichols in South Haven, Michigan. It's going to be a good investigation. I am so anxious to do that. Not only is it our first overnight, but it is a complete lockdown. Um, like I said, we're going to have the owner of the building. That is the Hotel Nichols in the photo of right here. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Share. Slide. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Files. I've never done this before, so I don't know. Not camera, images. Right there. Okay, so we'll do it this way. Booyah. There we go. Hold on just a second. I don't know if you guys could hear me or not with the camera shut down. I think the microphone was still working. It didn't tell me that it wasn't. But that right there is the Hotel Nichols in South Haven. That's where we're going to be locked down tomorrow evening. Probably going to get there around 5 o'clock or so. Do some B-roll footage. Get everything set up and ready to roll. So by right before dark, we can get the interviews in and stuff, and get a full night's investigation. And it may even wind up being 2 videos. You never know, because I don't know how active the place is. So, you know, who knows? Who knows what it's going to be like? This bloody thing. There we go. Now it slides down. I'll tell you what, doing this on a phone sucks. My mom hates the walker too. When she doesn't use it, you can hear her running. Believe me, I live with a Sicilian stubborn mule. Ours is Polish. Damn, it's snowing, Lord. I hate winter. Go figure, Tony. Go figure. We're down to 26 degrees. It snowed for about 40 minutes earlier. And I mean, it was literally so light, you had to step outside to feel it hit you. By the time the 45 minutes was over with, we had like little white pellets on the back deck where we had where the snow had melted at. It's crazy. Calling for 4 or 5 inches. Wow. You are not going to be liking tomorrow morning. It's almost a shame you guys can't get down to the home state. 30-mile-an-hour winds. Wow. You guys are getting the weather we had, what, 4 days? 4 days ago. I'm going to grab me another cup of this Arbuckles before it cools off. Glub, 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 glub. Glub, 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 glub. It will make taking her to work at 5:30 a.m. fun. Oh, I'm sure it will. I am sure it will. I'll tell you guys what, for those of you who love good coffee, you have got to get online and see where you can order yourself some Arbuckles coffee. That stuff is the best coffee I've ever had in my life. It does not take a lot to make a good cup of, a good pot of coffee. And Arbuckles, much like they have since 1870, still puts the peppermint stick in their coffee bags. We might get hit Sunday night, Monday. So it'd be rough, Tony. I know I would be able to handle that cold weather. Freeze my booty off for sure. It is pricey. It is pricey, and I know Santee's not here right now, but I want to thank him for that late Christmas present. He's been telling me about Arbuckles for a year, and man, when that thing arrived in the mail, I was happy as a little kid on Christmas morning. I opened that up and popped open the bag and smelt those beans in there and thought, put these things in the grinder and really let the flavor out. It does. Yeah, the peppermint's a bonus. They started putting the peppermint in Arbuckles in 1870. And there's probably not a coffee house or a saloon or a eatery in the Wild West that didn't serve Arbuckles coffee. They were the #1 coffee brand. Let me see here. It says, over 100 years ago, chuck wagons, ranch kitchens, and frontier dining rooms all across pioneer American West were filled with the rich aroma of Arbuckles coffee, brewing over an open fire or a wood stove. In fact, it's said that many cowboys never knew any other kind of coffee than the famous Arbuckles. John Arbuckle first put sticks of candy in his bags of coffee in the 1870s. He considered it a premium, but chuck wagon cooks used it as an incentive to get their cowboys to grind the rest of the day's supply of coffee beans. Oh, because they wanted that peppermint stick. Hey, Robert, good to see you. IGR, howdy, howdy. Good to see you here. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, it's I gotta, if you guys get tired of hearing about Hotel Nichols investigation tomorrow night, y'all just tell me to shut up. I am so excited being our first lockdown, our first overnight, our first hotel. You know, just knowing we have this place to ourselves, besides the housekeeper that lives there, is just going to be incredible. And then, of course, you know, like I said, at the beginning, we'll have the manager and the owner of the building there. We'll have the housekeeper to interview, and we have the whole night to film. And there's a lot of stuff there to see. There's nothing like a good old cup of Joe. This fancy crap people drink is not very good and very expensive. When the wife goes down here to the coffee shop to get her coffee, number one, she drinks it with ice in it. Not always the worst thing in the world, but hardly ever the best thing. But she pays for that cup of coffee what I normally pay for a whole can of coffee. So she's going to get 45 minutes of joy out of that cup, and I get almost a month of joy out of my can for the same price. So I just don't see doing the coffee shop thing. I really don't. And I mean, even Arbuckles, you know, $15, $16 a bag. That's usually right around a little more than twice what I normally pay for a can of coffee, but it don't take a lot of it to make a good pot. I love coffee and usually buy several types at once because I drink it all the time. At the Dollar General store, they have some coffee from Folgers called 1850 Black Gold. I've had it before. I've had it before. Our grocery store uptown don't usually have very many sales when it comes to coffee, or at least good coffee. Folgers, Maxwell House, stuff like that. I'll go to Dollar General or go to Family Dollar and grab my coffee up there because number one, their regular price is sale price at the grocery store uptown. They actually have that stuff on sale, and oh yeah, I'll buy a couple cans of it. But I like the 1850 Black Gold. I discovered Kirkland's signature some time ago, and it's my pick lately. I agree. 1 pound equals 1 cup. Too expensive for me. Like I said, you know, I've looked on Walmart.com and you can order Arbuckles. It's easier to just have it bought in the store out there and sent to me. I really like that Kirkland coffee. Hey, sorry I missed this morning. Been a day. Hey, Santee, just sitting here talking about Arbuckles, man. Just sitting here talking about it. Just got 18 pounds last week. Really? That's a pretty good haul of coffee. That should last you for, geez, what, 5, 6 weeks? I also buy the whole bean coffee and grind it myself. It makes some of the best fresh coffee. That's the way this Arbuckles come. It came in bean form, and we ground it all up. And because the wife was going to grind it up, she's just going to start dumping beans in. And I told her, I said, no, wait, you can't do it like that. You got to pour it all into a bowl. And she said, why? And that's when I pulled out the peppermint stick. And I told her, I said, because you don't want to grind that up in your coffee. So I ground it all up. I drink Folgers. I have to look for 1850 Black Gold. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I don't remember what the stuff is the wife drinks. She drinks what is this crap called? It's not coffee. No, this one here is the French roast stuff. She drinks that foo-foo, really strong, not coffee. I can't remember what it's called, but she grinds her own beans. And when Santee sent that to me, he's like, you do have a coffee grinder? I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. And I'll tell you what, it's probably lost all the flavor because of how long I walked to the house just sniffing the fresh grounds. Hey, fishing. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, espresso. That's it. Espresso. That's what she drinks. A preference for Colombian coffee. I used to grind my coffee before I went to work and use it to wake the whole house up. When I worked day shift, the wife will ground up a couple coffee pots full, and she'll make it, and then she puts it in a pitcher with 3/4 of a thing of creamer and some sugar, and she still drinks that damn cold foo-foo espresso here at the house. But at the same time, it's not $7 or $8 a cup down at the coffee shop either. So I guess I can't fault her for that. So all the stores had grinders back then. Well, I used the same grinder to grind some hot peppers. Want some spicy coffee? You want some spicy, bud? You want some spicy? I found a hot sauce at the store. Oh God, a month ago. I I put that stuff on. I put that on everything. I put it on my pizza. I put it on my hamburgers. I put it on my hot dogs. It is some good spice. Come on, baby, light my fire. My good friend used to say, I don't want no Hazel's nuts. Yep, I can drink coffee cold. Caffeine is caffeine. I don't mind it once in a while. I mean, it's not like we really, or I really ever have the money to go to the coffee shop. I kind of don't like them anyway. I wanted to do a video last year when they opened. I wanted to do a video on the history of coffee, and I wanted to film part of my video there at the store while they were making the coffee, grinding the beans, stuff like that. And we're not interested in that kind of stuff. All right, y'all just opened up. I figured I'd fish some business your way, but suck it. I want to buy some chicory. Oh God, man, I can't do the chicory thing. I cannot do the chicory thing. That tastes like burnt underwear. Sometimes at work, I reheat the coffee left over from the previous day strong. Sometimes I do too. I prefer hot too. If it gets cold, waste not, want not. Exactly. Or you could always be like my grandmother was when she was alive. She'd make a pot of coffee and sit there watching the news in the morning and drink a whole pot of coffee. Then she'd go out and brew a second one and just let it sit there. When the coffee maker got cold, it would shut off and get cold. Whenever she wanted a cup of coffee through the day, she'd go out and she'd pour a cup of coffee, stick it in the microwave for a minute 15, and go back in and sit down with a steaming cup of coffee. What always tickled me is when she'd run it back through the coffee maker again to make it stronger. Chock full of nuts, just like a brothel. Emergency room coffee will grow hair on your chest or elsewhere. That's kind of funny. I always heard emergency room coffee would make the hair fall off your chest. among other places. Wookie, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. I just restart the coffee maker. I do the same thing at times. I reheat cold coffee. My grandma always told use not to waste coffee. Either drink it or leave it alone. Yep. Oh, doggone. Temperature's dropping. We already gone down another degree. Only been in here for 31 minutes. Ooh. Oh, man, it is Friday evening, guys. You know what that means. That means those lucky devils that don't work the weekend have officially started their 2-day vacation. It also means that about 12 hours from now, Santee's new video is going to be coming out. That's the thing I look forward to on Saturday mornings. Santee's video and spinning and winning slots with Blaine. That is my 7 o'clock and my 7:15 morning ritual. It'll be about 7 degrees tonight. I don't know what we're supposed to get down to tonight. I got absolutely no clue. After that joke of a snow shower today, oh, cool. Thank you, Santee. Appreciate that, bud. Can you discuss what set you're going to be on, or is that hush hush right now? Hey, Kentucky girl. Oh yeah, I feel great. I feel really good. The pain in my arm from the injection's pretty much gone now. It was hurting real bad earlier today. But Rawhide, Western Town, and Chandler. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Look forward to it. And I'll use those video clips. But yeah, I'm feeling much better. The stomach cramps are gone, headaches are gone. Um, the pain in my arm from the shots gone. So, the wife's just now getting over the big C. We don't know where grandma's at with it yet. She's acting a lot more like herself. But like I said earlier, just being a stubborn butt about using her walker. So take as many pics as I can for you, Drew. Thank you, Bubba. I appreciate it. I'll use them. I'm all the time looking for new background and stuff like that to use. I released that video yesterday, and it's really kind of funny. The very first comment about that collection of Wild West photos. Hey, I never seen you in Red Dead. I said, yeah, I was that guy standing up at the bar in the big white hat in the saloon. I saw you. You didn't see me. He said, wait a second. I think there was a guy standing up at the bar in a big white hat. There you go. Y'all have a good weekend. You too, Santee. You too. Have a great weekend yourself, bud. I'll talk to you tomorrow, probably. Look forward to tomorrow's video. Got ether. Nope. Don't got ether. Hey, Jim, good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling much better, Jim. I was just telling him just a couple minutes ago the pain is pretty much gone from my arm where I got the shot at. It's still a little tender to touch it, but moving my arm now is fine. Stomach cramps are gone, headaches are gone. The back door problem that I had when I first got the shot is gone. So yeah, I cannot complain. I and my daughter are the healthiest ones in the house right now. Grandma's, like I said, she's pretty much herself now. She's just fighting and arguing about using the bloody walker. Um, Other than that, she's, I mean, disoriented because of the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and stuff. But I just feel sorry for the wife. She's not got to go. She's didn't get to go out last year um, because of the pandemic. We went out together the year before that for her birthday, and now she's got the big C and don't get to go out for her birthday tomorrow. Her son has it. He's just now getting into the bad effects of it. That's who she was going out with tomorrow night since I have the investigation. But she had to cancel their dinner plans tonight. So it's sad, but I told her, when everybody gets to feeling better and everyone starts to get back to normal, that we would celebrate her birthday then. Um, that's all there is to it. I need to get out tomorrow. I need to try to get her a card tomorrow at least. I have a class at 8, so won't be long. All right, Rusty. That's cool, bud. That's cool. You got to do what you got to do, man. Candy beat me to it. I was just getting ready to say so Rusty when that popped up on the screen. So Rusty, how are you feeling? You doing any better? I hope. I hope. Um, like I was saying earlier, right there behind me, mornings and evenings are rough. See, that's when I had my biggest problem was early mornings and the evenings. Um, Felt ill in the mornings and exhausted in the evening. But that picture that's behind me, you guys can like see it all around me here. That is the Hotel Nichols where we're going to be at tomorrow night for our first overnight. Uh, Let me show it to you here really, really quick. That place has been around since the 1880s, right there in South Haven, Michigan. like I said, it is just south of Holland, Michigan, just north of St. Joe, Michigan. It is right in the lower third of the Michigan Triangle, which runs right along or right down the eastern edge of Lake Michigan. There are over 150 recorded shipwrecks um, within that area right there because Holland and South Haven both had the main ports on the lower edge of Lake Michigan on the eastern shoreline, and dating clear back to the 1700s. There have been shipwrecks right there because of the rough waters and stuff. So God knows what we're going to find or pick up out there. This whole area of South Haven, Michigan, was considered Lake Fair area, not Seafair, Lake Fair, ports, lake pirates, the whole shebang out in this area. So you just never know what we're going to find or what was around before this building was built. Let me see. I robbed my first cup out of the coffee maker. Strong enough to make you gag. I ain't never met a coffee yet that'll make me gag. Glad I got the vaccine. Couldn't imagine this without. Yep. I mean, you guys know how big of an anti-vaxxer I was. And yeah, I got the shot to keep the family safe as much as I'm out doing investigations and stuff like that, talking to people. And go figure, they already had it when I went and got the shot for it. But pirates, very possibly, very possibly. You never know what went on in those coastal towns. There might have been a little butt piracy going on. Hey Jay, good to see you, bud. Hope you guys had a good day today doing your galley batting around. Oh yes, there is a lot of butt piracy in politics. You are correct about that, sir. But yep, Danny's going to be down here um, around 4 o'clock to pick me up and just head a little bit northwest over to South Haven, about a 40-minute trip. The plan is to order pizza tomorrow night before the investigation for everybody to go in on pizza together, then grab breakfast the next morning. Um, I'm probably going to take mineral water and stuff with me. Um, with the wife being off work for almost 2 weeks, we don't have the extra money for me to fiddle around with that stuff. But, it's going to work out. It always works out. So let me see here. I believe I will avoid both those topics this evening. Ice and snow heading this way Saturday night, Sunday morning. Dang, you guys are going to get snowed on. We had snow for about 45 minutes today, and literally it was so light you had to go outside and let it hit you before you could tell it was there. We filed for Social Security 3 months ago. Just went through. Good. Congratulations, bud. Congratulations. 3 months. That's lucky. Yeah, very much so. Um, I feel different, but I can't explain how. Sometimes my balance is a little off. That's the deal. That's the deal going on with grandma right now is her equilibrium's off, her balance is off, her concentration's off. Um, we walked her out to the kitchen with her walker earlier today and told her, don't get up and move without the walker. You can't afford any more boo-boos on that paper thin skin. And it wasn't 5 minutes. I get up to go out to grab something to drink, and she's standing in the middle of the living room just. I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I don't know. I don't know." So she's being stubborn about that bloody damn walker, though. She don't want nothing to do with that thing. She'll find every excuse. When we take her out, put her in her chair in the kitchen, we'll put it right in front of her. So all she's got to do is reach up, grab the handles, and stand up. And we'll catch her walking through the living room. It's like, "Where's your walker?" She goes, "Oh, I didn't see it. I forgot about it." It's like, "You're fibbing because you had to move it out your way to get up out that chair." I don't like that damn thing. I'm not old. 83 is old, Grandma. You're you're 17 years away from a century. They shut down around here. Do the same thing in Tennessee, man. They do the same thing in Tennessee. Just last week, they forecasted snow down at Mom and Dad's in between Nashville and Chattanooga. They forecasted it. Closed the schools down, closed down half of Crossville, Tennessee, started putting the green solution on the roads in case they iced up. They shut everything down, started sending all the kids home. They were supposed to get like 5 inches. They got a dusting, but still the kids were completely out of school on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, they loved it. She hasn't worked on the books for years. Being dehydrated will do that. 14 months for my wife. I don't like seeing people like that. I'm going to be working on Social Security next year as I'm going to be 64 next month. Definitely good. Definitely good. Just don't let yourself get bored. That was my dad's biggest complaint. He took early retirement and was so bored that he couldn't find anything to do. He's used to getting up 5:30 in the morning, being at work at 7, working till 5, Monday through Friday, sometimes half a day on Saturday. And when he retired, he didn't know what to do with himself. The first probably 3 or 4 Christmases in Tennessee, all my mom was doing was buying him tools that he could do woodwork with. If he went out and found like the little hand plows and stuff to do small fields and things with, he could sand them down, take them apart, rebuild them. He just didn't know what to do with himself. CME essay. My cable and internet went out 3 times today. I might get cut off again. It's all right, Jim. We understand, bud. It's that time of the year. If it's not snow, ice, and wind, it's wind and rain, thunder and lightning. They won't warm up plows till we get 4 inches. One night, we took her late father to the ER because he fell. He's covered in bruises, always fall. And doctor pulled me aside and asked, "Something you want to say about those marks?" That's what Steph told her grandma tonight, because I said something. "Hey, Iron Dog, what up, dog?" Grandma was right before I started the live stream. Grandma was in there getting her pajamas on, and all of a sudden I heard, "Granddaughter, granddaughter." My wife come running. I jumped up, ran out there. Grandma standing in the doorway in her grungers, and she's got this huge 50-cent size spot right here. She apparently hit her arm last night in her nightgown when she fell and hit her head on the chair she took down with her. And we were so preoccupied with the blood on her hand right here and the blood coming out of her temple up here, we didn't even notice there was blood on her nightgown. And we spent all day long trying to figure out where the blood stain came from on the couch cushion today. And she was in there changing tonight, and she found it 50 cent. It just took a big circle and peeled it straight back over. It's all dried now. The wife put ointment on it and wiped it down with an alcohol pad and tried to flip the skin back over on it and put a Band-Aid on it. And I told her, I said, it's all dry. That skin's not going to heal back into the meat again. She's just going to form a scab on it and just keep a Band-Aid on it. So, but yeah, she checked her over, made sure there was no other marks on her anywhere. So let me see here. TV's all pixels now. I was having a very bad night. Attitude wasn't helping. Big square pixel mix. Put the brine on the roads here in Clare. Brine, that's the word I was looking for. That green stuff they put on the road. Brine. Just sitting here looking pretty. Hell, everybody knows I can do that. How you feeling, dog? I know you were pretty sick there for a couple days. Yeah, what a match and set. Either he nor my wife had a sense of humor. I'm prettier, asked my girlfriend. Not my wife. Didn't Frankenstein try that? Yeah, a little bit. Do not come into my live stream advertising your grandma's sex site. Nyoba. Go to Bone Doc Monday. Still can't sit at computer. Oh man. I didn't even notice this morning, man. We were so on top of just making sure grandma was okay and didn't knock herself dingus from that fall last night and everything. She insisted on going and laying down as soon as we got the bleeding stopped. We told her we didn't want her to, but she insisted on it. And we were up all night long last night. I was up 5 times. The wife was up 4 times. I pretty much sat on my massage chair right behind our door and listened for grandma to try to get up off the couch. And every noise I heard, my butt was out there leaning over the back of the couch to make sure she was still breathing. I don't know. How do you know what the site is? Because most of those sites that they pop up in here are Russian sex sites. The website is down the hall to your left. That's what's rusting the hell out of all the bridges. Yeah, that calcium chloride, man, that's what they use a lot in Indiana, is the salt. And that's why all the cars look like crap after about 10 years. Hey, Sammy, good to see you. Hope you're doing good tonight. Why go down the street when you can go down the hall? Yep. All right. I got to go later, y'all. You take care, Rusty. Have a good evening, bud. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch you on Monday. No, I was actually in AAP's live stream here a few days ago, and one of those sites popped up, Russian name with one of the really weird um, codes behind it. And that's when I found out exactly what they really were. And some of them will get you in trouble. And that's why you don't want them on your live stream. Some of them are actually, because the age difference is, or because the age thing is different over there, they have girls under the age of 18 that make videos and stuff like that. And yeah, you don't want those things advertised on your live streams and stuff. But then again, it don't do any good to report it because they don't do anything about it. As long as the platform is ran by a computer and not live people, uh, things like that. That's like having trolls coming into your live streams and stuff and causing troubles and everything. It don't do any good to report them because there's nobody there to report to. It's all just data stored on a computer, and they come back again, and they keep coming back. That's why a lot of people are finding other platforms like this to do their stuff on, because everything being ran by computer right now, people aren't getting the satisfaction that they were 2 years ago when there were actually people or manning the phone lines and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, we welcome trolls. I've got several trolls um, that are regulars, and they know as long as they don't come in here and be rude, crude, and socially unacceptable, I got no problem with them coming in here and making jokes and having fun. That's what the live stream is all about. Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of opinion. Um, I don't care. I've had a few of them actually tell me they love me. Straight up, anybody comes into my live stream causing trouble, they'll put an end to them real quick. Gotta go, dinner time, pot roast and potatoes. My wife made scrambled eggs and sausage tonight. A real quick and easy, no carb dinner. Take care, dog. Have a good weekend, bud. Enjoy your pot roast, your potatoes and carrots, man. And we'll catch you hopefully first of the week, bud. What's tickling my lip? That little guy. Chicken and rice. Mm-mm-mm. I'm thinking very seriously about Tuesday morning, since I don't have the live stream on Tuesday. And now the wife is off work for biggest part of 2 weeks, or until she gets a clean test. Making her chicken and waffles, homemade waffles, homemade fried chicken. She loves her some chicken and waffles. Swedish meatballs. Not bad. Not bad at all. We had a big boy from Frisch's. Mm-mm-mm. Now that's something I ain't had in a long time. A Frisch's big boy. Shrimp Alfredo. Nice. First time cooking it. Cool. I do chicken and rice in the oven. Um, I'll put the rice in there, some flavored rice or something. I'll season the chicken up and put the chicken right in the rice and stick it in the oven in a cake pan and just let it bake. Maybe slip a little cheese or something in it to liven it up a little bit. And Alfredo's a main source of nutrients around here. We had chicken and mushroom Alfredo last night. But I'll tell you what, I keep glancing back up at that big boy from Frisch's. And did you guys know that's where the Big Mac came from? The Big Mac was actually created by somebody who bought a franchise in McDonald's that used to own a Frisch's Big Boy. And he wanted McDonald's to have a big sandwich like the Big Boy. So it was a franchise owner that actually developed the Big Mac. What kind of rice do I like? Dirty rice isn't bad. Mexican rice isn't bad. We do a lot with like broccoli rice, chicken rice, mushroom rice. Now, when I get in the mood for just rice, we have a bag of white rice out here. I'll throw in the microwave and I need to go make a ramen now. Maybe I'll sprinkle some butter. Actually, you want to do something really good, Jim, if you got any of that there, like queso cheese or anything like that in your fridge. Make your ramen, and before you stick it in to cook it, put about a quarter cup of rice in it and cook it all together. And then when you pull it out, put your seasoning packs in it. Take a couple tablespoons of that queso cheese and stir it in there till it dissolves into it. Makes the broth all cheesy and everything. It's really good. I'm back. Had to go fix a cup of coffee. Welcome back, Candy. Beef ramen with hamburger in it is really good. Actually, if y'all want to try something that different, take your favorite flavor of ramen and just break the blocks up into like just bite-sized pieces. Drop it in a bowl you don't mind getting a little pitted and stuff like that. Sprinkle part of your seasoning on top of it. Stick it in the microwave for about a minute. Stop it halfway through. Take it out. Shake it up really good. Sprinkle the rest of your seasoning on it. Slide it back in for the other 30 seconds. And you come out with these little crunchies that are all flavored and stuff like that. But microwaving it makes it not as hard, so it's much easier to chew up. It's a good little snack or something like that when you need a little energy boost or you got the munchies or something like that. Kind of like eating popcorn. A little harder than popcorn, but it's got good flavor to it. I like the shrimp ramen myself, so that's my downfall. They can't keep it on the shelves around here enough for me. I go out to Dollar General and they got those packs of 5 for $1. When we have the money, I'll snag up 8 or 10 packs of those things, stick them in the bottom of the pantry, and that's what I'll eat around here when I get hungry during the day. Or those little shrimp cup of noodles. Of course, you know the 3 shrimp that are in there are too awful appetizing, but the noodles and the veggies and stuff are. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. Man, I am so anxious to go to bed tonight and get tomorrow started. I don't think I have ever been this excited about an investigation. Just knowing we're going to have the whole team there. It's going to be me. It's going to be Danny from Southern Michigan Paranormals. It's going to be Tommy Tombstone. It's going to be Randy from Randy's Real Paranormal. Tommy Tombstone is bringing his cameraman, Joe. Plus, he's bringing a professional cameraman with a cinematic camera who's going to be running around filming with all of us and stuff. It's going to be an epic Saturday night. I'm even taking 2 cameras with me so I can film my filming. And there is another YouTube notification that snuck in under the radar. Why'd everybody get so quiet for? Mm-hmm. Everybody got quiet. Quit talking. Y'all still there? Am I on? Oh, you're looking at the radar. How's Jan feeling, Jay? She's still under the weather, or is she actually feeling better now? Sounds awesome. Hope y'all get paranormal evidence. I do too, Candy. I do too. As much as people have reported, both employees and guests, having that place to ourselves with no guests in there, I think that's going to really be interesting. She's feeling great. Good. Good. I'm glad she is. Well, let's see here. 50 minutes left. 5 people in here. Yeah, I know she really wasn't sounding good last weekend. And you know, like I said, I was feeling under the weather for 8 days. And the eighth day is the day that I went to the doctor. They tested me, no fever, lungs sounded good. Um, Mustache is tickling my nose. Tested me for the big C, tested me for the flu. All that come back negative. I said, good. I feel like crap, but give me the shot anyway. Since Candy didn't bring me any, I got to get a refill. Go get it, Tony. Yeah, I know. Candy's being all stingy with her coffee. My pot's empty. I just got the last of it out in this cup, and it's about gone, so it's time to switch over to Diet Dew. Hey, Sean. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good over there in Illinois. I hear there might be some inclement weather heading that direction. I think Tony York's just a hour or so south of you there, so maybe a little further, But yeah, he said earlier he had 4 to 5 inches of snow coming his way. Some other poor Helena. Yep. I think we're going to be missed. Oh, okay. You're right there in Chicagoland, aren't you, Sean? You're not very far from Chicago. Maybe an hour or something like that. We're on the way to the barn to do night check, so I might jump up here in a few minutes. All right, Jay. All right, that's fine. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Oh, you're 40 miles west. Okay. Yeah, I'm really hoping that me and you and Bat Rican and Rob, um, that's about 400 miles too close to Chicago. I actually enjoyed Chicago when the wife and I went on our honeymoon. I mean, granted, I was sick. You know, the diabetes thing was building up, and we didn't know what it was. We just thought I had a summer cold, but I really enjoyed um, Chicago, being right downtown. We actually stayed in a hotel north of the city. Went to medieval times. Um, which was actually only like a mile from the hotel. I'd always wanted to go there and see the live shows and everything. And we spent a lot of time just walking around Chicago there to Plaza downtown, right by the river and stuff. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Didn't have any problems. Did I mean it was nice. Um, JJ says hi. But there's a lot of history and stuff around Chicago. Um, a lot of people don't know Chicago. Chicago, was actually a Native American term that meant smelly land. Back before Chicago was built, that was a huge swampy area full of wild onion. And a lot of the native groups in the area referred to that as the smelly ground or the smelly land. And that's where the name Chicago came from. I don't intend to ever set foot in a city again. I'm not a city person, but I'll tell you what, when you're not used to being in one, you could find a lot of stuff to keep yourself entertained. That's a nice city when you're not getting shot at. Needs to be restored to a swamp. Well, they tried that with the Great Chicago Fire, and it didn't work. So they just rebuilt more stuff. I've been in Chicago quite a bit. Believe it or not, we actually went on field trips clear to Chicago when I was in like junior high and stuff. The Natural History Museum, um, things like that, and the Art Museum, um, Chicago Zoo, Navy Pier. Enough to say I've been Lake Michigan at least once. It's a concrete swamp now. Yeah. Been there, done that. And Jay's area too, down around Cincinnati. I used to spend a lot of time in Cincinnati too. Once again, the museums, the parks, um, the Ohio River. I don't care. I'm going south anyway. You're getting even further away, sir. Smelt fishing. Love me some fried smelt. Love me some fried smelt. Sadly enough, I think I told you guys the other day, there's only one place around here I can get fried smelt, and it's right on the Indiana border south of here. I was drinking with a few black guys before my ASFAB. Well, granddaughter. Hey, Mark. Hope you're doing better, bud. I know you're not, but kind of feel obligated to hope you are. I know you're probably not looking forward to going back to that place tonight, and I'm sure you'd much rather sit at home with the wife and kids and get some more rest. Air Force was less than impressed. Oh, you did call off again tonight? Good. Good. You need to. Let them find somebody else to work them shifts. You're allowed to get sick once in a while. And you have earned the right after 16 years. How long have you worked there? I think you've earned the right to say no to them a couple times. I was arrested at Bachelor's Grove for mine. We actually went down to Indianapolis for our ASVAB, and we went down on a bus as a group. We were not allowed to leave the hotel after dark. 14 and a half years. Yeah, you've earned the right to say no once in a while. I can't do it. But we were right down just probably 10 blocks north of Monument Circle in Indianapolis. So, but they kept us bouncing from the hotel to the building where we done the ASVAB at, to back to the hotel. We didn't have time to get in trouble. Not to mention, we had very very ill-tempered recruiting officers that didn't let us do nothing. We went down to Indianapolis the afternoon of July 14th, 1987, early morning, like around 06:30. They had us at the ASVAB building where we spent most of the day at. Then we went back to the hotel and spent the rest of the day locked down in the hotel. And the next morning went to the airport. If one are dedicated, you make time to get in trouble. If one is dedicated, you got to be able to get out of the hotel, man. And they kept us locked down. You would think we were federal prisoners or something. They kept us locked down so tight. And they were waiting for someone to botch up. End of the coffee. Time to go back to the soda. That last drink of coffee was about as warm as my soda. I got my own ride to Chicago, so I had a little bit more freedom. Yeah, see, they made us take the bus. Everybody had to meet at a certain bus stop at a certain time from our town. You couldn't have personal rides down, nothing. They had certain places, certain bus stops you had to meet at, or you did not get to go. This before, have to report to the hotel. We were arrested about 2 a.m. in the cemetery drinking. Need to report to the hotel at 6 a.m. It was late, or I was late by 30 minutes, no sleep, and still kind of drunk. Oh, what our young lives were like. Some of the crazy crap we used to do. How the hell did we ever survive it? I was legally drunk at the medical exam. Oh, wow. That was after the test. You know what I don't understand is how at 18 years old I was burnt out on drinking already. I had been drinking constantly almost every weekend for 2 years at our barn parties we had. We had one girl in our class that had this huge barn. I mean, this thing was probably 65 feet front to back and probably 50 feet side by side, had a great big full hayloft in it. They had built a regular staircase going up to. We had a huge table with a great big stereo sitting out there. We had a horse trough normally full of ice, had every kind of beer in it you could ever want. Had another table sitting there with about 40 different kinds of liquor on it. And just all night long from like 7 o'clock at night till 4 o'clock in the morning, every Friday and Saturday night. It's a wonder I didn't get alcohol poisoning. I was so retarded back then. I don't know how I passed the things. Me either. I started drinking on weekends at 13 or 14. I had to drive. That was my only thing. I had to drive. So I started at 16. I had that old 67 Ford Fairlane. Um, Let me see here. I think I think let me see here. I know that at one point in time I had the last picture we took of my car. Yep, right there. Before we sold it. This is the last picture taken of my car after it went to Tennessee before mom and dad sold it to that guy from Atlanta. That was my baby. That was my baby. Loved that car to pieces. It didn't have the top on it. It didn't have a front and rear bumper on it. It didn't even have the new paint job yet. The headlight doors were not on it yet. Um, I drove that thing to those parties every night, and I used to race a buddy of mine who is now a cop. Used to race him back in his Barracuda, and we were doing 90 mile an hour down a 2-lane highway at 3:30 in the morning for about 15 miles. And how in the name of God we never either got in a wreck or got caught, I'll never know. Stopped before I turned 21. Had a bike. Hey, Richie, good to see you, bud. All I had to do was get Hilltop Drive. Couldn't crash at my friend's house right before the thing. Yep, Drew was a bad boy, guys. He never meant to be, but he was. You ornery cuss. Oh, goodness. So does anybody else have anything going on this weekend? And Tony, neither was I, and that was the embarrassing thing. That's the thing that I hate the most about my childhood is I never was either. I hated it, but I knew I had to get home or there was going to be 7 barrels to pay in the morning if I wasn't. Um, and when I got back home from the service, I was completely against drinking and driving. For the longest time, I was even against drinking. Nothing exciting. Editing, I always find pleasure in it. Saw my old man wreck too many cars. Yep. And that's the whole reason I wasn't into it either. And why I did it so many times, I am ashamed of and glad nothing happened. And I would never even consider doing it anymore. Really, Brandy? Howdy, howdy. Good to see you. Yep, you caught me live. We're live for another 27 minutes. I'm going to flip on this other light, get this one right out of my eyes here. Yeah, live is kind of relative. You are right about that. Now I got to have that one there on. That one up there is the one I take out on investigations with me, and it's got the intensity switch on it, so I can turn it to a low level light and really dull it down, or it goes all the way up to just a pure bright LED that just it'll burn your skin if you stand in front of it too close for too long. This one here was the one the wife got me. I don't know where she found it at, but it was pretty cheap. And it's got a ring light, and then it's got the camera mount right above it. But having it sitting like right here, burn your eyeballs out. There's no adjustment for the strength of the light on it. Heading south, mid-morning, Panama Beach. Well, I hope you have a safe trip, bud. I really honestly do. At least you don't got to worry about snow and crappy weather heading down there. Might have been funny, but for the typos, been a while. See you again. Just living life with my head on a swivel. Don't want to miss a thing. Don't want to miss a thing. Keep your head on that swivel. That's how I try to be. Keep my head on a swivel so I don't miss nothing going on around me. Especially my Vida Loca. Last trip for a while. Yes, sir. Oh, I miss everything. That's why I bought woods. See, in a in a situation like that, Tony, my head would really be on a swivel. If I owned woods like that, I would be out walking constantly. My wife would think a bear done ate me or something because I'd be gone for hours. I'd find me a place underneath a tree somewhere near a stream, and um, I'd throw a blanket down, go to sleep. Yeah, dangerous to not know all. Big family and friends down Panama City. Guess it will be Lake Michigan from here on out. Well, you know, Lake Michigan, Stone Lake, Diamond Lake. Get some fishing in. Ain't got that much woods. Yeah, my dream, the wife for the longest time before we decided to keep Grandma's house, um, she kept wanting or kept talking about buying a house and stuff. And I told her, I would much rather buy 10 or 20 acres of thick woods and, call in a logging crew, have them cut me a driveway all the way to the center of the woods and clear out about a half an acre in the center of the woods and build a cabin. Take out the trees from the perimeter of the half acre and build the cabin right there. Take the money that I make from the trees, have the place, have an electrician come in, do all the electrical on it and stuff, and just live out in the middle of my woods. Go out there with my chainsaw, cut some trees down, make a nice little camping space for family to pull in a camper or something like that if they wanted to come out and stay. Throw up some tents. Hell, have my own reenactment out in the woods. Ain't that much woods I can hide though. I wish I could hide. I think swallowed a location. Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Hey, Templar, good to see you, bud. Yeah, I know a fella in Indiana that bought, oh God, probably 40 acres of woods. And he had his cabin built right in the center of it and then had roads. No, it wasn't. It was a little over 100 acres of woods he bought, like 117 acres. And it had rolling hills and stuff in it. But he went in and had his cabin built and then had roads cut all the way through. And he must have put in 50 or 60 camping spots in the woods big enough for a camper to roll into. So if you brought a tent or something like that, you had plenty of room in your space. And he sold all the wood to a logger that's out State Road 20 towards Angola, Indiana. And he made enough to have septic put in for indoor plumbing, and get the electricity ran in the house. It still looks like a trapper's cabin, but it's got hidden light switches and hidden outlets and recessed lighting up in the ceiling joists. But when you walk in the cabin, you turn to the right, there's a balcony up there above it. This whole area down through here is the living room. It's got the fireplace in it and everything. The kitchen is right back here behind you. There's a bathroom and then a big storage closet. You go walking towards the back door and the staircase goes up the balcony, and the balcony wraps all the way around like a horseshoe. And there's 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs. And he was able to get everything, all the electricity and stuff around. Of course, he done a lot of the other remodeling, the other modifications, the bathrooms and stuff like that. He done himself. But when you want electric far from power lines, you pay for, you pay for all the poles, you pay for them running the lines, everything. Hey, Ian, good to see you, buddy. Sounds like someone you'd want on a zombie team. Yeah, except there's still probably 1,000 trees on that property, so them little buggers could hide behind every one of them and just wait for you to take the trash out at night or something. So I chose to own many guns and dogs. I like the woods thing because I can hunt on my own property. I don't got to worry about finding some place to hunt, having friends with places to hunt. I can hunt on my own property. Never got to worry about having another winter with no venison in the freezer. I'm the scariest thing out at night. You haven't been to some of the paranormal investigations we've done. There's some stuff out there make you turn white. And I'm talking about transparent white. I'm not talking about make your skin color change. I'm talking about all the pigment leaving behind. You don't look scary anyway. I'm gonna get up there. My property's not big, but it's located within Mark Twain National Forest. Very cool. Very cool. Well, Brandy, we need experienced people like you up here where we're at to go on investigations with us. Never hurts to have a woman on the team, especially when you're going to places like we're going tomorrow night. With the shipping and stuff, with the French and the English through the 17th and 18th century. It's going to be a very interesting place. We're going to South Haven, Michigan, to the Hotel Nichols. Where's Mark Twain from Texas? Thought Mark Twain was from thought Mark Twain was from Missouri. Oh, yep, Missouri. Used to live on a private hunting fishing club. The house was built 1820s, 300-acre lake, out front door, 1,000 acres of land surrounded by state game land in the Poconos Mountains. Very nice. Um, there are several places here in Michigan, Brandy. We do a lot with the historic cemeteries. Um, this year, we're actually starting to do more um, inside investigations. We got that hotel to ourselves tomorrow night. It's our first overnight. It's vacant right now. They shut down the end of December, first week of January, for like 4 months, and completely remodel, upgrade, clean the place, everything. So we actually have the owner, the manager, and one housekeeper are the only ones on site. The housekeeper lives in the hotel, so she'll be the only one there overnight with us all night long tomorrow night. Um, but yeah, there's decades of stories about this place, both from patrons and employees. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I love doing the cemeteries. I love doing the cemeteries. You really honestly can't do an overnight at a cemetery, but I mean, you can. A lot of people, don't like to sleep in a cemetery. Um, is she ever scared? We're going to find that out tomorrow night. Um, I have never talked to them, but the three of them are going to be there for interviews before we start the investigation and the lockdown tomorrow. Um, I would say if she's been there for very long, she's probably used to it, but who knows if you can ever really get used to noises and seeing things and stuff like that when you're in the comfort of your own home. Hmm. Let me see here. Bought land in southeast Missouri. St. Louis has a shit ton of history. The Archway to the West. You got it. I love cemeteries. Grew up in southeast Missouri. Went for a visit some years ago. My missus loved it. Wants to retire there. Doesn't bother me to be in a cemetery at night. I just talk to the residents. Few are ghouls. We're getting locked in. Um, yeah, thank you. The gateway to the west, not the archway. The gateway to the west. Um, yeah, we're getting locked into the hotel. Um, when the owner and the manager leaves tomorrow, um, they're locking the doors. We're going to be in there until morning. It's our first official overnight lockdown. Yeah, I actually seen the arch, Tony, once in my life. When I moved to Texas, we drove, um, we left Indianapolis and headed out through St. Louis, across the Mississippi, on the highway heading west, and I saw the arch, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I loved it. He wants to know, are you going to interview the people that run the hotel? Yes. Yes, we're going to interview the housekeeper, the manager, and the owner of the hotel tomorrow night. Oh, you've been inside of it? I never. Yeah, I'd love to go back and do it. Fishing's right. There is a lot of history in St. Louis, and I would love to go there, and just check that place out. I think that'd be cool. Um, First overnight stay. Nope, nope. Don't need a note from mom. I think mama wants to get rid of me. To be honest, she's not putting up any kind of fight with me doing an investigation on her birthday. But she had, like I said, she had plans with her son. But since she's sick and he's even worse off than she is, they're not doing nothing. I haven't even had a chance to get her a card yet. So, but I don't drive. So it's kind of hard to say, hey, honey, take me someplace to buy you a card. No, no, not a lame joke. Not a lame joke. Um, okay. If y'all want to chat with the spirits, go live. We will not have the cameras to go live. Um, Tomorrow, fishing. Tomorrow's her birthday. We were actually going to go out during the day tomorrow, um, and do dinner together. Then she was going out with her son tomorrow evening and meeting up with some of her friends from school that she's still very close to. Um, but yeah, with her getting the big C, she's stuck at home with grandma, who's also suffering from it, um, and our daughter. And all right, Tony, you take care of yourself, bud. Have a good weekend, and we'll catch you first of the week. But no, we won't have the cameras to go live. The way I always seen it is we either go live or we make a video, and I have much more success out of the videos than I do the live streams. Um, Let me see here. Not going karaoke tonight because tomorrow the car is going back to the airport. 3 to 6 inches of snow and sleet Sunday afternoon. The only thing that sucks is the fact of her being off work. She's only paid twice a month, every 2 weeks. She just got paid and paid all the bills and stuff off last Friday. And then she tested positive. I done the home test last night. She tested positive. My daughter tested negative. Grandma had been at the hospital for 7 hours. She tested positive. So out of the next 14 days, the wife is off for 10. So then she'll get like no paycheck because she normally only works 5 days a week. So out of that 14-day period, she's going to be off 10 of them. So it's going to be a month. But yeah, Steph is doing better already. I think she's in the end stages of it, but since she just tested positive, they're going to make her stay off for the 10 days. Grandma, we don't know when she got it. She just started the whole dizzy, disoriented, instability thing yesterday morning. And, you know, when I had to help her out of the bathroom and back to the couch, that's when I called the wife. She told me to call the paramedics. They came and checked her out, suggested we contact her doctor. Her doctor said, take her to the ER now. They thought she had another stroke. But 7 hours they sat there, and it come back at the 6.5 hour point. It came back that she had the big C. So, and then she turned around last night, getting ready to go to bed, and was holding onto the table and stuff to stabilize herself, grabbed a hold of one of the chairs to the kitchen table and went straight down with it. Apparently, after tonight, we found another big, you know, that 50-cent piece size of skin just flapped over. She apparently busted her arm on the chair. She smashed her hand with it, cut it open, and hit her head on the chair when she hit the floor. So she was bleeding up here and bleeding on her hand and everything else. So now we've got the walker out, and we're making her, well, we're trying to make her use it. It's like trying to put lipstick on a pig, get the pig to hold still long enough to do it. She is stubborn. That girl is stubborn. I threatened to duct tape her hands to the damn walker so she couldn't let go of it. Oh, let me see here. Back to 22 subscribers. Good job, Stephen. You're on your way back up. Should put motion detecting camera, most active part, let it roll. I wish I had one, Templar. I wish I had one. I said it before we lost the old channel, that one of the things that I wanted to do as the channel grew was invest in a flare camera for night vision. And I wanted to get motion sensor cameras to put in different locations. But, you know, we lost the channel, we lost the income, and now I'm just doing this for free. For sure it takes spirits a lot of time to do anything. Time is irrelevant for them. One of the big things I want to do. Hey, Shane, sorry, but I wasn't ignoring you. Glad you could join us tonight. Oh my God, it's 1 minute. Well, now it's 9 o'clock, but I'm going to go a few minutes over. One of the things I want to get is a puck. I want to get a puck that emits EM energy into the atmosphere. It gives them a chance to get a little bit more active, get a little bit more energy, more amped to communicate when you're feeding them. Let me see here. Son just tested positive 2 days ago. He's out of work temporarily. He works for a huge nursing home. What happened to the channel? Well, when I flipped the channel from doing history to doing parahistorical investigations, we started really growing. I mean, we started blowing up. At Thanksgiving time last year, 2021, we were over 4,000 subscribers, 4,100, no, 4,115, I think, is what we were at. And all of a sudden, in a week and a half, 3 copyright strikes. People accused me of using their material, even though it was public photos. But because they had them in their video, the computer that runs the platform let it stand. And with there not being anybody to get a hold of to dispute it, because the computer runs everything now, they had to stand. So I saved 50 out of 900 some odd videos, 975 videos. I was able to save 50 of them. And on December 1st, early in the morning, the channel went down. An EM pump. That's what I meant, is an EM pump. Yeah, December 1st, early morning, I lost 4,100 subscribers. I lost our monetization. I lost 900 videos. I lost everything and had to start over again. So first thought you said pup. Nope, an EM pump. Basically, it is a little puck. And when you activate it, it starts blowing EM energy into the air around it. And a lot of people feel like the pump intensifies their energy. They feed on that electromagnetic energy, which is why a lot of the devices that they use for the investigations are electromagnetic devices. But it gives them more energy to communicate, to be able to do things, to make themselves known. That's one of the big pieces that I would love to get to add to our kit. That's why spirits flock around me. My energy is really high. My aura enters a room before me, or so I'm told by others. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's a shame, but you know, you do what you got to do. And the way I always look at it, the way you treat others is the rent you pay for your time here. I don't care what your spiritual preference is or anything like that. There's a higher power of one kind or another that's looking down on you, and you're going to pay for the nasty crap you do to people, or you're going to be rewarded for the good that you do or that you try to do. So some people call it karma, some people call it God, some people call it Wonka Dunka, whatever name you call that higher power by, it's watching. And see, the sad thing about it is that when you get those copyright strikes, they send you a contact email for the people so you can try to work out a negotiation or something before your channel goes down. All 3 emails were fake. They were all dead emails. The messages were sent out and came right back to me as dead email addresses. Eric Topham, Drew, everybody, good luck tomorrow evening. Hope you. All right, Jay, you take care of yourself, bud, and you guys be careful. Have a good weekend. Take care, and we'll catch you first of the week. Fish, you take care, bud. Have a good weekend, man. Take care of yourself. We'll see each other soon. We'll see each other soon. But you definitely take care of yourself. Big fish for skeletal entities. They're mostly bone. But all right, guys, it is 6 minutes after. I'm sure the wife is waiting on me. And you're close to knowing something big. I hope. I hope. Could only hope. But that's it for tonight, guys. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. Have a good weekend. Say a prayer for me tomorrow night. Hope I don't run into a soul eater or some kind of freaky dead pirate or something like that. Shit. I don't want to get ate by a pirate tomorrow. So I will do it, Brandy. I will do it. I'll tell her happy birthday. Love and light, bud. You take care of yourself, Templar. Everybody else, have a great evening. Candy, good night. Much love to you too. You guys take care, and we will catch you first of the week right here, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday morning, and again, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the evening. Sean, take care, bud. You guys all take care. We'll catch you all later.